Hello scholars, I'm here to read you a bit of Macbeth. Macbeth, the great dark play written by William Shakespeare. Macbeth. All day the three witches waited on the edge of the battlefield. Hidden by mist and magic, they watched the Scottish army win a victory over the invading forces of Norway. And after the fight was done, they lingered on, gloating over the moans of the dying. As thunder rolled overhead and rain lashed down, one of the witches raised her long, hooked nose to the wind and sniffed like a dog taking scent. "He will be here soon," she said. The second witch stroked the tuft of silvery hair that sprouted from her chin and grinned, showing her gums. "I hear the sound of hooves, sisters," she said. The third witch held up a piece of rock crystal in front of her milky, blind eyes. Inside the crystal, something seemed to move. "I see him," she screeched. "He comes. Let the spell begin." Two Scottish generals rode slowly away from the battlefield, their heads lowered against the driving rain. One was Macbeth, the Thane of Glamis, the bravest soldier in King Duncan's army. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and had a warrior's face, broken-nosed and scarred from old fights. His companion and friend, Banquo, was younger and slimmer, with a mouth that was quick to smile, although he wasn't smiling now. Macbeth's dark eyes were distant as he recalled the details of the day's slaughter. A hard fight to protect an old, feeble king, he thought. If I ruled Scotland... His mind drifted off into a familiar daydream. He saw himself seated on the throne with the golden crown of Scotland circling his brow. Suddenly his horse reared and whined, his eyes rolling in terror. Macbeth struggled to control the horse, and at that moment a bolt of lightning turned the air violet. In the eerie light he saw three weird sisters bearing the way, their wild hair, ragged robes streaming like tattered flags in the wind. Macbeth's hand flew to his sword, but Banquo hissed an urgent warning. "No, my friend, I do not think swords can harm creatures like these." A small, cold fear entered Macbeth's heart. He snarled to conceal it. "What do you want?" he demanded of the witches. "Stand aside." Moving as one, the witches raised their arms and pointed crooked fingers at Macbeth. They spoke, and their voices grated like iron on stone. "All hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis! All hail Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor! All hail Macbeth, who shall be king!" Macbeth gave a startled gasp. How had these withered crones come to read his secret thoughts? The witches turned their fingers to Banquo. "All hail Banquo! Your children shall be kings!" And they vanished like a mist of breath on a mirror. "Were they ghosts?" Banquo whispered. "They were mad women," snorted Macbeth. How can I be Thane of Cawdor? He is alive and well, and one of King Duncan's most trusted friends. And how could my children be kings if you took the throne? Banquo asked. The sound of hoofbeats made both men turn their heads. Out of the rain appeared a royal herald. He pulled his horse to a halt and lifted a hand in salute. I bring great news, he announced. The Thane of Cornwall has confessed to treason and has been executed. The king has given his title and lands to you, Macbeth. Noble Macbeth. He has proclaimed you as his heir, and after his sons Malcolm and Donalbain, all hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis and Cawdor. Macbeth's face turned deathly pale. So the witches told the truth, he thought. Only Duncan and his sons stand between me and the crown. My wife must know of this. I will write to her tonight. That's all for now, scholars. If you want to read a bit more, you need to get this book, Macbeth, or you could read the real play. It's amazing. Bye, scholars.